the additional stage to get to Mars, it would have been about like 80 million. So technically I could have afforded one of them, but I wanted to do two in case one of them didn't work.
Yeah.
So, and then I didn't have enough money for that.
Yeah.
And I was sort of prepared to, I don't know, waste half the money. And I figured if I had 90 million left, that'd be fine, but ideally not all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Russia twice to try to buy ICBMs.
Oh, interesting.
How'd that go? And who do you call?
The Russian rocket forces.
Do they sell ICBMs? Does that work?
Yeah.
You got to tell us the story then. I want to know who.
Without the warhead.
Turns out you can buy anything in Russia.
Yeah. I please walk me down that. I want to know how you made that phone call, and when you get there, how did that work?
And what do you tell your friends?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to Russia to buy some ICBMs. I might not return. Depends on the situation.
Literally.
Yeah. So it gets slightly less insane when you understand that the Russians had to demolish a bunch of their ICBMs because of SALT talks, like the peace, because of basically an agreement between the United States and Russia to reduce the total number of ICBMs.
Sure.
Russia was actually obligated to scrap a bunch of their ICBMs. So if you took their very biggest ICBMs, you could convert those into a rocket, add an additional stage, and send something to Mars.
So those are big enough with one more stage to get to Mars.
To send a small payload to Mars, yeah.
Huh.
So the SS-18.
So you try to buy CBMs. Do you succeed or no? Or do you figure out you got to build your own instead?
They kept raising the price on me. So, because I figured, look, they're going to throw these things in the scrapyard anyway.
Yeah.
I should get a really good deal.
Yeah.
Right? So the price started out at 4 million. Then the next conversation, they were at 8 million. Then the next conversation, they were at like 19 million. And I'm like, this is before we signed a contract.
By the way, was there another bidder? Was there another bidder, or were you the only one trying to buy them?
I think, I don't know if there were other bids, but they didn't mention any other bids.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, if the price is increasing this much before the contract's signed, I'm really going to get fleeced after the contract's signed.
Yeah.
So I got pretty frustrated there. Actually, in some cases, we got into like shouting matches in Moscow. Some guy shouting at me in Russian. I'm shouting back at him in English.
Glad
with
that
my
you didn't go to
interpreter's
Siberia. That could have gone really badly.
I'm like,
so you were all. I mean, you're all in.
Stop ripping me off. In Moscow.
Yeah.
So, man, I should have recorded that. That would have been one for them.
How many days were you there negotiating that first time? I mean, was this like ongoing?
Yeah. This took place. These conversations took place over probably 6 months or so.
Wow.
And then the final trip there was with Mike Griffin, who later became NASA administrator.